Hello YouTube, we're here again. It's the first Tuesday of the month, and that means we bring together anyone who has an Android account in the community to submit their account, and we go and take a look and offer them advice. Generally, we love to check out accounts that have made mistakes and need help fixing them, or just don't quite seem to be walking the most optimal path, so we can point them in the right direction. It's like Gordon Ramsay's kitchen nightmares, but it's MK's account nightmares, because some of them potentially will keep you up at night, either with hysterical laughing or literally trauma. So be warned, anything that you may experience in today's video, there are therapists that can help you. Anyway, let me show you the first of these accounts. It belongs to MKxJUMP, who is a new-ish player, free to play, spent zero money on the game. I imagine they don't intend on spending any money on the game. And what we expect, they're level 104. You'd think they'd have an E5 by now, if they'd been playing somewhat optimally. By level 104, with all the glory challenge and all that, should be fine. If you're struggling, generally you make Garuda, and that's okay. However, this account seems like they've done something a little different. Let me show you. We have an E3 Tix. We have a 9-star Heartwatcher, an 8-star Emily, 6-star Russell, and 6-star Sleepless, which, yeah, they're okay. And then we have 3 9-star puppets in the Forest faction. So either my friend here has been very fortunate at getting 9-star puppets and decided to open them to flex, or there's some deeper problems going on. If you look behind me, sadly you can't see it, but the chapter mission is completed. There is no sign that this account has any problem getting copies of Garuda. But if we go to the bag, you'll see, looking around, first of all, chests. We got some stuff we managed to pick up as a free-to-play player. There's a 9-star puppet selection chest here too. So you're like, hang on a second. We've got some 9-star puppets here and a chest? Well, where's our Garuda copies? Where's our Garuda copies? Oh no. And that is when we begin to ask questions. What's happened here is our friend made Garuda, which, for an early account, it's fine, right? Even though I personally don't like Garuda as a first E5, Garuda is a perfectly viable first E5, because Garuda is the worst best choice. So if you have nothing better than a Garuda, you build Garuda, because at the end of the day, if you don't get Eloise, if you don't get Penny, if you don't get Ithaca, just build Garuda, goddammit, and build Ithaca, Penny, whoever later, right? So get your first E5, get going. But what this account has done instead, they built an E5 Garuda, they then regressed the Garuda. Now, at that point you'd think, okay, where's the Garuda copies? But no, they then rebuilt Garuda to a 10-star, and that's how we ended up with an E3 Tix. That was where that 10-star Garuda went. Now, traditionally, that's okay. Building Garuda to 10-star as a, okay, maybe I'll E5 or maybe I won't, and oh, look at that, I got a ton of Eloise copies, let's go E3 Eloise. That's traditionally fine. But Tix? Not so good. Because our friend here has said, I'm struggling with pretty much every game mode. Yeah, that's what happens when you build Tix. Unfortunately, Tix's strength is Aspen Dungeon. And even then, right, you've got to get some high rolls in there, and you've got to have the right build. At the moment, he's got holy damage attack HP, not a very well-established stone. I don't want to even begin to imagine how many resources we've lost building a Garuda, then regressing her, then building her to 10-star, then feeding her away. Goodness knows how much golden spirit and dust that has cost you. We've got a magic source, that's good. Energy Tix is nice, but on his own? Like, Energy Tix is a really good addition on a team. But we don't have a team. We have a Tix. A solo Tix. At E3, he's rocking, okay, a HP enable. That's fine, I guess. We've got mark protection and then lethal fight back. We're trying to go for a damage build. But again, it's difficult because he doesn't have Unbending Will. And without Unbending Will, his main strength is his final passive, the Revenging Wraith. But the Revenging Wraith only comes into play when he's dead. But if he's your most powerful hero when Tix is dead, everybody else is dead. So basically, we're stuck here right now with an E3 Tix. And the question I've been asked is, do I get Ithaca, Eloise copies, and swap Tix? No! Do not do that. Tix is a great hero as an E5. He's good at Aspen Dungeon, he's good at the Tower of Oblivion. The problem is he's not good on his own. So, basically, what you're going to have to do with this account, and this is a common thing I see all the time, there's probably people here, either on Twitch or on YouTube, that have experienced building Tix as the first E5. Maybe that's you right now. Don't be disheartened. A Tix is okay as a first E5 if you literally have no other choice. But the problem is everybody has another choice, and that's Garuda. But unfortunately, you've destroyed that option. So right now, he's E3. You literally have no choice. You have to finish him. You have to get him to E5, because when you do, you unlock the Void. It's that simple. The Void, you need an E5 hero to open it. And if you delay any longer, if you go off and build someone else, and God forbid, if you regress this Tix, you will lose so many progresses and resources and everything. And I know so many progresses is not grammar. Skip over it. Allow it. Either way, we have 2 copies of Tix right here. That's E4 and E5. That's enough to get an E5 Tix. And at that point, your priority is then we need a hero that can be a solo carry hero. Someone that can just do it. Right? Straight up. The best option, I think, for this account, probably a Penny. Because at the end of the day, you've already built the Shadow Hero. Tix is going to get you the Glory Challenge rewards. Looking at this, you scroll down. When you get an E5 in the Shadow faction, you're going to get yourself another 9-star puppet. That 9-star puppet can go towards hopefully someone else. And if that someone else, for example, is a Penny copy, then you'll get your E5 for Fortress. Then we need to think maybe a Waldeck could be an option too. There's a lot of stuff to choose from. But it depends who you have copies of. There isn't a Waldeck here in sight, with hero copies still not seeing anybody. Are there any pennies around? Not that I can see. And this is where it's going to be really difficult. You don't actually have an obvious second choice. And what's really, really awkward, what's really difficult, is you have a lot of 9-stars. You have a 9-star, 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 3 9-star puppets. As well, in the bag, if you look at your chest, we've got another 9-star chest. So NK, what we need to do is, I think you need to use 2 of these 9-star dummies to go ahead and make some 10 stars. Emily is going to be a great choice. The only problem is, where are your heroes? What you've gone and done is you've gone and fed every single 5-star in the Fortress faction that's remotely feedable into this Emily, rather than trying to keep around copies so that you have 5 copies of someone to build as a 10-star. And that is a really easy mistake that people make in the early game, is they just feed away everybody rather than keeping copies around. Look, the most I can see, we've got 2 Balrogs. Where's your 5 copies of people? You've been playing this game now for a good while. The most we've got is 3 Lutzes there. And that's another big problem a lot of early players make. Emily was the first person you got 2 of when you started, and you haven't managed to get another one. That's fair enough. Now, there's another piece of advice, actually. If Emily was the first hero you ever got 2 of, what you have to do now, when you do that on an account, you think, oh, great, I'm going to make a 6-star Emily. Don't go level her up. Don't take her beyond 6-star. It's the easiest mistake people make. Taking someone beyond 6-star means you're now committed to making this hero 9-star or ideally 10-star. So by making Emily higher, and even leveling her up, you're saying, right, this is a hero I'm committed to. This is a hero I'm going to build to 10-star. However, Emily hasn't come. You haven't been lucky. You haven't managed to get copies. And therefore, you're stuck now with so much progress in the Fortress faction gone to waste. And it happens. And you didn't figure that out after a while. That's totally fine, Buckseye. And not a lot of people do. But hopefully, if you're new to the game and you're watching this, that advice hopefully doesn't fall on deaf ears. As well, the Shadow faction don't really have that kind of mistake going on here, which is nice. So this Lutz potentially could be something to consider, but we need 2 more copies. So unfortunately, Buckseye, the best advice I can give you right now is to sit and be patient and wait until you have 5 copies of someone that could be made to 10-star. Then begin to build up that hero, feed them a 9-star puppet to get them to 10-star, then E4 Tix. At the same time, do it in another faction, E5 Tix. And then we'll be very comfortable. We will have ourselves our first E5, the Void will be unlocked, and hopefully you can smash through. Unbending Will keep you alive, and you can at least get somewhere in the Void Vortex and Aspen Dungeon. What you will struggle with, primarily, is Sealand. With no way to heal Tix and no baby Tixes to assist, Tix is going to struggle. You don't have a glittery Kiss of Ghost, you have Magic Source. I don't even think you have any fancy artifacts. Not that I can see. Really, Glittery Kiss of Ghost is Tix's only way to go ahead and actually clear Sealand. But there is no way an early game player is going to get lucky enough to have 2 copies of Kiss of Ghost unless they manage to pull one from a Bond radio chest, and also their first month of playing, they stumble upon a free Kiss of Ghost that comes from an event. No way you should be spending money on a Kiss of Ghost. That's just not wise. So basically, early players will struggle to do well with the Tix. In time, though, that Tix will be good, and that Tix will pair great with an Ithaca or an Eloise, and you will make great progress in the Shadow faction. The problem, though, is by going and building 2 heroes in the Shadow faction, you're missing out on potential 9 stars, which will come from the Glory Challenge, and those 9 stars will give you more progress, which will snowball into more progress, etc, etc. So what I should recommend to you is to, after you've managed to build an E5 Tix, then we go and focus on getting some 9 stars and 10 stars that can be used to make a new E5. And for that, you're going to need 3 9 stars and 3 10 stars. And in the time it takes you to acquire those heroes, hopefully you'll get copies of Penny, Waldeck, someone from a faction that isn't Shadow that can solo their own Sealand. And that will hopefully push you forward. If not, you can also use those 10 stars as imprints on Tix, which means you can focus on the Aspen Dungeon in the meantime. So you have 2 things to enjoy there. Yes, you won't get as many 4 stars because you won't be as progressed in Sealand. Yes, the Void will be more difficult because you won't be getting the bonus that you get for clearing a Sealand to Sealand 20. But apart from that, your account will be okay with an E5 Tix. Yes, you'll struggle, but you will still have things you can do and things that Tix can enjoy. As you progress and get more heroes, that Tix is only going to get better because he becomes stronger as new heroes enter your account. As a free-to-play player, it's going to take you time, it's going to be a slow slog, and hopefully, though, it will be worth it in the end. So, best of luck, Buckseye. I hope this goes really well for you, and fear not, an E5 Tix is perfectly fine provided he unlocks the Void, and just please don't go regressing any big heroes again. That is not a smart decision. So YouTube, this next account belongs to Myth, and a few things you need to know about Myth before we go in. Myth is VIP 6, level 167, and on server 64. That means that Myth took a decent chunk of time away from the game. I think a year at least. So Myth's account isn't as progressed as it could be, and you've come back and had to deal with a lot of the baggage of the past, and then you've also got to deal with some of the mistakes you've made playing the game. Now, Myth is self-confessed, twitchy-fingered, and potentially builds too many heroes. So let's go see if his claims are true. First things first, we have an E5 Horus, which is no surprise for an account that's come back. Horus was pretty much an OG hero back in the day. And an Ithaca, I like this. I like Ithaca. Ithaca plus Drake, in fact, excellent combo. But that Drake's E3. So's this Garuda. And so's this Sigmund. Yikes. We have built wide, my friends, and that is not a good thing. In fact, Sigmund being up at E3. Skill damage precision? What is this? Oh my word, that is wild. That's the craziest Sigmund I've ever seen. Skill damage precision? Yeah, to be fair, skill damage increases damage over time. But my word, I was not expecting that to be on him, to be fair. I was thinking maybe like attack. Attack HP holy damage? Nope. Skill damage precision. Yeah. Basically, that's not a very good stone. Also, Sigmund, not a very good hero. Sigmund's strength is that he reduces the armor of targets. But you know who also does that? This guy, Drake. Yeah, where is it? Defense down. 100% of armor, damage reduction, all damage reduction, block, and dodge. 100%. That means poor Sigmund is doing very little for this account. He's not benefiting you much in broken spaces at all compared to the fact that Drake is already doing a lot of what Sigmund does. A lot of the damage that Sigmund adds to your PvE team is already done by Drake. So my recommendation for this account, first things first, I'm going to go look at your bag. No, that's your heroes. I want to look at your bag. Do we have any soul symbols? No, we don't. Ooh, okay. Right now, guys, if you're watching, this is the past because this got recorded on Twitch, and it's the Halloween event. So let's go see. Have you done any summons? You've done 100. How many scrolls do we have? 27. Oh, no. You didn't save your scrolls for the holiday season? This is bad. Oh, no. Okay. So we don't have any soul symbols. That means we can't regress the Sigmund. The one thing I would want to do here, Myth, is regress the Sigmund. You're trying to regress when you get stones? The only way you're going to get stones is by not using your scrolls. You need 300. 300 would have been great to use this event. Swap the Siggy? Yes, that's another good piece of advice. In fact, he's your only fortress hero. Yeah, forget regressing him, you could swap him. But then again, by regressing him, we get food that we can use to E5 the remaining heroes. That's the problem I'm having right now with this account, is that regressing Sigmund means we can push our food elsewhere, but by swapping, we're still stuck with the multiple E3 problem. So, basically, what you need to do, very simply, my friend, is don't build anyone else. Just E5 Drake, E5 Garuda, and then swap Sigmund for Penny, or someone like that. You've got one Penny right here, locked, protected. You've got a Seer here as well, locked, protected. Good. Anyone else? You've got one Inosuke, one Saja. Oh no, one Sherlock, one Penny, one Seer. One of everybody. We've got 3 Ice Blinks. But no. Oh, this is nightmarish. Anyway, so Myth, what you need to do is we need to get some Penny copies here. Maybe even Seers, right? Because you could totally actually build an E5 Seer and do Seal Land with her if you can get it to Void 4, which you might be able to do, right? If we go take a look at your heroes, you've got Void 2 Ithaca, so we do have some Void imprints. And you've managed to make your way up here as well, which means we have some additional Void imprints. And how's the bag looking? I assume you don't have many Void imprints lying around. Nope, Stellar Shards are just at 8,000. That doesn't surprise me. How are we doing for artifacts? We have a magic source. Some stuff we can open here. Let's check the heroes. What are they rocking? Withered armor on Horus. Excellent. Actually fantastic. This is probably one of the better built Horuses I've seen. As well, he's got resonance gear. You know what? He's probably doing a lot of work for you. I wouldn't traditionally say that having a Horus is a good thing, but at the end of the day, this Horus can sit around, and eventually, when you get 9 copies of Eloise, boop, swap, you've got the block attack stone already. You'll have a great time. So, actually, keep Horus until you have 9 Eloises, and just be patient. Just wait. Progressively acquire Eloises as their rewards. They're in shelter, whatever. You might pull one from Prophet Orbs. You might replace into one. I don't know what you're doing. But eventually, 9 Eloises, Horus can play swapsies. But for now, Horus is a budget Eloise. That's fine. Ithaca. Woo! With a glittery Atlas Cane. Yes! Oh my man, I like this a lot. Need a better stone on it though. But we have no gold. God! I've just seen your spirit to gold ratio. That's blissful. I wish I had that kind of problem. Imagine having too much spirit. That's amazing. And how much dust do you have? 280,000. So, yeah, it is just gold. Whatever you are doing with your gold, stop. You're spending it on something. To be fair, I think it's resonance armor by the looks of things. We've got warrior. We've got assassin. No, that's it. Okay, yeah, you probably spent it on resonance gear. Then again, Celestial Island, you've probably spent a fair bit here. Make sure you're claiming these, by the way. How's your gold mines looking? Level 30, but yeah, okay, no, your void stones are capped out. That's okay. That's understandable. But you really do need to, like, be careful with what you're spending your gold on. And another reason we're so strapped for gold is we've spread ourselves out across so many heroes, right? We're leveling up and using gold so pretty aggressively. As for monsters, how are we looking? Oh, you're building 2 monsters at the same time. We've already got Phoenix. Is Phoenix maxed? Yep, max across the board. So you decided to build Wolf? Not the most optimal decision, I'll be fair. Phoenix already offers very similar abilities to Wolf, but I guess Wolf does synergize with Ithaca, so there is that. But so long as you have Sigmund on this account, you're not going to need Wolf. But then again, I do want to get rid of this Sigmund. So yeah, it is just going to take time and patience to fix this. Soul symbols are another big thing. Also, E1 Heart Watcher, man. Don't do that. Don't E1 Heart Watcher. We probably want to go ahead and maybe even swap this for a Rogan at some point in the future, like way down the line. But I would keep the Heart Watcher around. This does feel very much like a PvE account. Garuda, Ithaca, Drake, Horus. It's very PvE orientated. You're not going to have a good time in PvP. That's for sure. But actually, boss fights? That's pretty good. So just be very careful, Myth. I think we've seen a lot that you've been doing. Hopefully, you've managed to save Prophet Orbs. That's good, so you're not too twitchy-fingered. Be careful with scrolls. Saving them is going to be difficult. And you are VIP 6. I'm not going to ask what you spent your money on, because I don't know. But it's difficult to see. Maybe it was in the past. I'm not sure. But I'm assuming that's behind you now. We'll now just focus on what we need to. But be careful, right? Be very careful. We've got some stuff, though. You got the Witch's Treasure Chest. Managed to push up to the... Wait, how did you get the Witch's... Oh, he did 600 summons! Not 100! Oh, boys. Now it's starting to make sense. So you did get soul symbols. And you said you regressed Nakia, so you had Nakia on this account as well? Oh! Oh! Oh, that's plot twist. E5? She was E5? No! Why would you regress Nakia at E5? You know she can solo seal and 20, right? At Void 4. Oh! No! No way! Oh! Oh! Myth! Myth! You should have kept her, bro! Oh, baby. Oh, that could have been replacing into Sigmund. Oh, it's okay. What's done is done. What's done is done. Oh, my word. Oh. Terrifying. Never, ever regress an E5. Now, I don't know what happened to all those 9 stars and 10 stars that you had from Nakia. You're going to tell me use them to like E1 and E2 heroes. That's probably what happened as well. You probably spread that all across your heroes, which also probably wasn't optimal. Drake and Ithaca. Okay, finishing Ithaca and then building up Drake, that's fine. That's actually okay. Yeah, if you were going to tell me you used it to E3 all of these heroes and get... I'd be like, no. But finishing Ithaca and getting Drake up, that's reasonable. But, man, the Sigmund still sits here. I think, Myth, you know what you're doing. And I don't think there's any more big mistakes you could possibly make. But please, save resources, build up stuff, get ready for the holiday season. We've still got Black Friday, we've still got Christmas, we've still got Chinese New Year. You're hopefully going to get some stuff either free to play or by spending. Spend wisely if you are going to spend. And focus on replacing as opposed to regressing. I think at most, if you're going to regress, you could get this Heart Watcher. You'll get 3 9 stars for doing that. But make sure when you're regressing someone, you know what you're doing with that regressed hero. Because at the moment, you've got a 9 star and a 9 star. You've got 2 9 star puppets. Who are they going to go into? No one. Absolutely no one. We need 10 stars, right? So you need to focus on 10 starring heroes. So there's no point regressing Heart Watcher if that's going to achieve nothing. There's no point regressing heroes like Sigmund if it's going to get you 9 stars and 10 stars that you can't use. The big point of having 9 stars is to make 10 stars, and if you can't make 10 stars, there's no point regressing a hero. In fact, replacing them becomes far more attractive as well. You also have to weigh up how much stuff you've put into that hero. For example, this Garuda has a Soulstone 3. Why would you regress that? That's ridiculous. Anyone with a Soulstone 3, you replace, right? You do not regress. Also, by the way, do not put a Soulstone 3 on a hero until they're E5. Look at the disparity here. We have an E3 Garuda with a Soulstone 3. We have an E5 Ithaca with an Agate 3. Massive difference in power level. If this stone, this crit attack stone, was on the Ithaca, just think how powerful she'd be. Full resonance gear, glittery antlers cane, crit attack, she would be a beast. But sadly, she doesn't have that. So advice for you newer players: only ever push stones on heroes once they're E5. In fact, you'll see on the VIP series, I often don't even level up heroes until they're E5. I keep them at level 100. Because to me, E3, it just isn't enough. The thing that makes E5 so stand out and strong is, first of all, you can imprint them, and secondly, you get access to Unbending Will, which is a game changer of a passive ability. It gives you 4 additional chances from dying, and in fact, you could heal all the way back up and be protected and saved. It makes such a huge difference, stops you getting one shot, and allows heroes to perform at what we would consider a powerful level. Without Unbending Will, so many heroes suck. If you've ever tried to use an E4 Penny compared to an E5 Penny, you'll know exactly what I mean. Unbending Will is such a game changer on so many heroes, because so many of them just die too easy. Ithaca, Penny, squishy heroes. Unbending Will totally changes that. And that's when you want to start putting Soulstones on heroes, because you don't end up with problems like this, where you have a Soulstone 3 on a crappy Garuda, whereas we're sat with an Agate 3 making Ithaca crappy, as opposed to making her strong. So yeah, good luck, Myth. There's a lot of stuff that can be fixed, but it's just going to take time and patience. I think that's the big thing. It's idle heroes, right? It's not instant fix heroes. So thank you for showing us your account, and hopefully, whether it's you, Myth, or people at home, you've learned something about how to be very careful with your resources in the early game.